A whopping $23 for a smoothie sounds crazy. But if it showcases the value and high quality food to a new audience, well, that sounds pretty smart to me. I'm Maurice. Welcome to the final segment in my 4-part series about connecting farmers and healthy food with customers. A big food trust question today is about Erewhon, the luxury grocer we explored earlier in the series. The question is, can Erewhon's high-quality food grocer model be economically scaled down for smaller cities? Well, of course it can, because each location is designed as a community within a community. Erewhon recognized that a $23 smoothie will get tongues wagging. And when they wag, everyone is exposed to high-quality food. I want one, I want one. I mean, it's a monumental first step and connection that farmers and alt-ag practitioners haven't been able to make because they never really believed it was possible. They didn't trust their own product. At this point, everyone should be feverishly working to improve the Kitty Hawk instead of trying to shoot it down simply because it doesn't yet offer coach seating with free snacks. If you don't like the flying bottle, take the wings off and turn it into a bus for public transportation. Change today is about the healthy food model, not the prices. Healthy food. Erewhon broke the visibility barrier for high-quality food. And just like Socrates and Tesla, who also broke barriers, plus more recently the internet, blockchain, and all the other mini paradigm shifts we've experienced, Erewhon broke through to the masses who now have healthy food on the tips of their tongues where it belongs. How amazing is that? It doesn't matter at this stage that you can't afford Erewhon. It only matters that you know that the dream is possible. I've advised clients for years that the key to mainstream visibility is food. It's the one tangible element we control that all humans have in common. It is the common denominator. Food is also the catalyst to continue to break agricultural barriers. The trick now is, it's to put a local spin on Erewhon. And that's where farmers, small grocers, farmers markets, and CSA, customer-supported agriculture, step up with local short food supply chain expertise. You have it. It's now time to use it. If we can attract enough members to the Good Food Club, that's my club, we can work on making the price affordable later. Let's get everyone hooked on the dream first. For several decades, scientists, engineers, evangelists, and the rest, they hustled hard looking to make names for themselves instead of creating relationships with customers. And now you're paying for it. All it took was one visionary grocer in LA, the West Coast of course, to push the trend past the visibility tipping point on the alt-ag adoption curve. And you know what I call grocers like that? Confident in their beliefs. For clarity though, just because we now have higher mainstream visibility does not mean sales have moved mainstream. But it's a huge leap in that direction. Give it time. We have to reduce prices. Being seen is step one. The race to mainstream is now officially on, and the first turn on the alt-ag adoption curve roller coaster is coming up really, really fast. Erewhon New York nudged all alternative agriculture processes just barely over the visibility hump on the adoption curve, and it won't take long to gather speed and collect new riders who are now in a frenzy over the financial possibilities they see at Erewhon. By the time the roller coaster hits the first corner, every car will be jammed with opportunists and racing like a rocket to the moon. When it hits the first corner, metaphorically defined by the scientific theory of chaos, the first corner is the strange attractor. Energy explosively changes directions in less than 1/1000th of a second and throws everyone off the ride who isn't ready. I've seen companies get tossed like this a few times in my career, and it always surprises them. It happens this way in every single emerging industry that catches fire, without exception. It's at this point that competing companies often partner with each other to not just survive the rapid growth, but to also grab as much market share as possible while the ride's still hot. Humans are entirely predictable, especially when they're properly conditioned. We know that, right? As marketers, we know that. I mean, what did you think would happen when entrepreneurial newbies discovered they could get rich like Erewhon? It doesn't take long for hustlers to come out of the woodwork like termites. Alt-ag farming is about to experience a food version of what occurred a few years ago when cannabis became legal. When everyone saw dollar signs, large international cannabis corporations swooped in and pushed out pioneer pot farmers who had sacrificed for decades. Decades. It was over for most weed farms in about 2 years. The only ones that survived prepared for the rush. Again, I mean, humans are insanely predictable. If you're an alt-ag pioneer, in the months after the Erewhon visibility burst, you'll be monitored and dissected to see if you're genuinely advancing the sales component of the movement, or if you're an opportunist trolling for the cash grab. Whales zero in on pump and dump mentality and are already using AI to tag and groom marks on social media. They're grifters. I already see the setups and know some of the players. They can't be trusted. You know, now that local farmers know conclusively that smart consumers already pay outrageous amounts for high quality food, $23 for a smoothie, break some local barriers yourself before your neighbor beats you across the finish line. First to market isn't as powerful as it used to be. I know that. But it's still a critical play in local markets where the well isn't as deep. You have to move fast. If you're really prepared to die on the food justice hill while Erewhon's premium parade passes, you'll miss a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to leverage their momentum and turn it to your advantage. Participation players who have been selfishly waiting for someone else to do the heavy lifting impeded the movement's consumer growth for many years. So maybe getting tossed on the first corner is their just dessert. You know, reach out if you'd like a front seat on the alt-ag roller coaster, but please don't wait. I'm Maurice. Thanks for watching. My 4-part Tipping Farmers series is over, and I hope it's been helpful for you. Be well.